Always good to start the stream with a yawn. That way I get a lot of air in my lungs so I can talk more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they might have heard the cat meow. My cat is a little stoned out of her gourd because my sister came over, and I may have dumped a little too much catnip on her catnip towel,
Aw.
and now she's running around like a lunatic, meowing at me randomly, and I don't know what she wants.
I really wish Phoebe liked catnip. I have to give her celery for her to act like that.
Oh, that's so weird.
And when she gets like that, she gets violent. She's not playful, she's violent. So we can't do it too often. Guys, this is Monkey in the Morning. I am Monk. He is Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how are you tonight, man?
Actually not too bad. My back hurts a little bit, but just aging stuff. Keep pulling muscles I didn't know I had, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Still think I'm like 25 and I was lazy then, so I'm not really working out. How are you doing? Also, I've had a lot of caffeine.
I'm good. As I told you before the show, I haven't taken Motrin since I had that really bad pain a couple of days ago. So I'm in a very good place.
Good.
Yeah, I'm happy and not physically disabled. Well, I am, but you know what I mean. Guys, we have Floofy Kitten Phoebe on our screen tonight because I thought it would be a nice thing to start the show with something pleasant because this is going to be a kind of horrible topic if I'm being honest about it. And I did that, and then I thought, actually, that's kind of even meaner because I look at this fluffy, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna kick you right in the nuts. My bad. Sometimes I don't think things through all the way.
Yeah, that life's less interesting if you think it through all the way.
Jack Resurrect, thank you for becoming a member for month number 20. Howdy, Monkey and Jack. Today has been wild. To me, flirting with the Insurrection Act and then riot season starting early. We're going to talk about the whole riot season thing because there's two reasons I don't think we're going to have a riot season. Hi, Bran. How you doing over there?
Because you hate fun. Hi, Bran.
No, I want riot season. I live for riot season as long as it's not in my community or in a community of people that I love.
Right.
But I'll just say it now. One, it's a white woman. We don't actually care, white ladies. I know you think you're the center of the universe, that we all are like, oh my God, the white woman's talking. Listen, but you're a white woman. You're the majority in the country. You don't have any oppression points, literally none.
Oh, I hate to correct you, but she is in a lesbian relationship.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, she was. I mean, maybe where she's burning right now, she's in a relationship already.
And number two, it's wintertime. They only like to light fires in trash cans in the summer for some reason.
Spontaneous combustion is a little harder in the winter.
Alan, thank you so much. He says, evening, Monkey. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. And thank you, Night Fighters. Is that what this says? Night Fighter? Hey, Monkey and Jack, let's see if y'all can keep me awake tonight, LOL. Working a new job, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., but don't have much to do. Oh, damn. We will do our best to keep you entertained, my friend.
Yeah, we'll try and keep you entertained for a few hours. Plus, there's a whole catalog of stuff that we've got. So between all our channels, you should have plenty of entertainment. Whether it's good or not, it keeps you awake. We can't guarantee that, but we will do an effort.
Tall person.
Go ahead.
Tall person, thank you so much. Hi, y'all. And I've seen both Cenk Uygur and Jasmine Crockett try to compare to Kirk. Disgusting. Happy Bubble Bath Day. Well, to you as well, sir. To you as well.
Indeed. Did you see that clip of Jasmine Crockett talking?
Oh, we're going to watch it.
Okay, good. Real fast. Thank you, Alan, for the generous donation. Appreciate that, man. Hello, my friend. Hi, Alan. I hope you're doing well. I hope this year has been very entertaining for you because I know it has for me and Monkey.
All right. Couple of things at the top of the show. Couple of things at the top of the show I need to get out of the way. One, I'm probably going to be highly insensitive during this. I know some people are out there like, hey, you should never joke about somebody who's died. That has never, ever been my take on this.
Oh, God, no. There's plenty of shitty people out there. Hitler died. So did Stalin. I'm going to be assholes to them, too.
Not even that. I mean, yeah, you have those people, but like, you ever see those people who try to take a selfie and accidentally fall off some high place?
Oh,
It's
Darwin
tragic.
Award winners. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tragic for their family, but I don't know them and they caused it themselves. And it's kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
It's funny.
All right. Yeah,
So
it's better. Don't
I
undersell it.
I don't try to pretend that all deaths are the same or that
No.
the circumstances of them are all the same. Sometimes it's funny, and especially if you do it to yourself, I'm probably going to laugh at you. And I hope that if I ever off myself accidentally, that you guys get a big fucking kick out of it. More than me, that's fine. Oh, monkey's gone. That's fine. But I'll just be like, but did you see how he died?
Yeah, there is a certain amount of fame and infamy in the way you go out. Like a firefighter running into a burning building to save people, and tragically he dies in the process. That man died a hero. The
Yes.
dude that stuck his face into the lawnmower while he was trying to undo a stick from it while it was still running. He died, but not as a hero. But
Look,
everybody does get something out of that.
firemen running in to save a person in a fiery building is heroic. A nerd running in and dying because he had to save his favorite Funko Pop dying, that's just funny.
That's just pathetic. I mean, first of all, it's a Funko Pop. That thing's not worth anything.
Right?
That's just sad. Like, stuff you can replace. You know, yeah, it would suck to lose photographs and stuff like that. You should have digitized all that shit anyway. I'm in the process of digitizing my parents' photo collection, and sweet Jeebus, what a nightmare that turned into. But you have to create backups and have them off site. That's what a smart planning individual does.
Yeah, if you die of a stair fall, I fear I may chuckle. That'll be fine. I want it to be remembered how I am, and especially if I go out like that, please enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll probably die from an infection from a paper cut on a comic book. So, I mean, that's got good comedy value. Thank you, Unit, who says, Monkey, we know who we're watching.
Some of you do. Some of you do. We've had quite an influx recently of newer people, and just want to be clear. You guys can even go back to the Charlie Kirk death and me saying, I think it's fine to make fun of people when they die sometimes. And I stand by that. I'm not one of those too soon people.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those sacred cow people. If you think there's something that shouldn't be made fun of, I'll probably find a way to do it.
Yeah, wait till we get to this poor cop who shot this lady. I got a few comments about that. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. But it's a limited edition. Well, everybody else's just went up in value.
That's right. Win-win.
Yeah. I have an original 1989 Batman toy, the Batwing, that I'm going to open on a video. It's worth about $200 sealed like that. I'm going to open it up and drop its value. You know why? Because I didn't pay anywhere near that much for it, and I think it's hilarious because I want to play with it.
I thought you were going to say because you have two, and that way the other one gets more valuable.
No, I just don't care anymore. Like, toys are meant to be played with, so I'm going to get it out and pose it around. It'd be fun time.
The second thing I'm going to say, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. I do not think this lady was trying to run that cop over. And when I say cop in this instance, please understand we're talking about an ICE agent.
Yeah, but they're federal cops.
They're federal cops. I don't think that she was trying to run him over, but she was trying to evade. He was standing right in front of her, and she hit the fucking gas. He had no way of knowing she wasn't trying to run him over.
Yeah, and you have a split second to make a decision. Yeah. And she may not have intended it, but she was trying to flee from the other ones that were trying to get in her car. Real quick, thank you, Fish Locker. What a great name. Insensitive, hold my beer because we have proof. Even lesbians want to get banged. That's true.
Nice.
That's true.
There was a part of me when I first found out she was a lesbian, I'm like, whoa, angry lesbian tried to run somebody over? That's new.
Well, you know, it reminds me of the lesbian cliff divers. Remember that story?
Yeah. I wanted to get that out of the way because I've seen people like, well, you can't really tell if she was trying. She clearly turns her wheels.
Yep.
And I think she was just trying to flee.
There's video from like 5 angles on this.
Yeah. He is in the split second. I've got to see it even in slow motion from like you just said, 5 different angles. Where he's standing, go stand by your car in that exact position and see if you can see the wheels. And even if he could see the wheels from there, he's looking at her because they're trying to stop her. So all of this nonsense about and we're gonna watch some of that because dangerous, you not dangerous. Shit, you know who you are. Sent me crystal fucking ball. Just fucked up my whole world. Anyhow, Crystal Ball here is we're going to let her give us the play-by-play, Jack.
Has she had plastic surgery done? Her face looks different.
I honestly don't know. I think that's just what being married to Kyle Kalinske will do to someone.
Oh, yeah, that tired look.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me grab a couple real quick. Thank you, tall person. And some for you, Mr. Jack. Happy War on Poverty Day. I'm doing my part by donating to you. Well, I appreciate that because I'm eating frozen pizza from like 3 days ago because my refrigerator sucks. Thank you, Unit. There was once a lesbo from Denver who swiped a nice guy with her fender. She caught a hot bullet with her newly cut mullet that rendered her a dead ender.
Thank you, Night Fight again. The ICE agent was dragged by a car for 300 feet 6 months ago. Dude had a legit fear of getting seriously injured or killed.
Spoiling what I was going to tell him.
Was that confirmed to be him? Because
yes.
I've seen the video of him of the person getting dragged. I didn't realize it was the same agent. He was trying to stop somebody.
News outlets confirmed it.
Okay, he's trying to stop somebody. They break the window, and he's trying to get the guy out of the car, and the guy just hits the fucking gas. He had massive gashes all over him. He ended up with something like 37 stitches on his arm,
something like ridiculous like that.
There were parts of it that couldn't be stitched because he, just road rash, man. You can't stitch road rash. But yeah, we're going to get into a part of this after we go through the breakdown of the video and everything, where we talk about how, and I'm for once not saying this just for the humor. I honestly believe, I think the folks who are on the side of the woman here are mentally retarded. I think there's something in their brain. There's a cognitive developmental issue up there. 33 stitches. It's always 33. Fair enough. Thank you, tall person. And fuck the Krasenstein brothers that doxed the ICE agent. Oh, I didn't realize they had. I haven't paid attention to those two little pansies in a long time. Incestuous gay morons. I can't believe they became a thing again. But it shows what happens now in America in 2026. Be a shitbag who cons people out of money, robs old folks. Yeah, fuck it. Become famous on Twitter because you say stupid shit over and over again. I mean, these are the guys. Between the two of them, they have defended basically pedophilia individually. Because one was talking about how normal it was for Ashley Biden to be showering with her dad when even she's like, I'm too old for this, Pop.
Did they own a couple of domains that were CP?
Yeah. It's hard to say exactly what they owned and stuff. They owned some that had some very questionable names. But the other one, when we see a bunch of naked men pull up on bikes at a pride parade, air quotes, with their dick right in front of what couldn't have been more than a 4-year-old little girl. We're like, no, it's perfectly normal. You always see your dad's dick when you're wandering the house. Like, huh? He's got kids. His kids have seen his wiener, probably recently.
Do you think he does the Hassan thing? And he's like, oh, look at it.
Motherfuckers should be in prison. Anyway.
Well, for many reasons, yeah.
Fuck those two little idiots. Speaking of two little idiots, we have Crystal and Sadir. Is that his name? I always forget his name. This is Mr. Fuck Old People because They've been alive long enough to save up money, and he hasn't, damn it, and fuck them for that. I hate this guy. I really do. You know the sad part of this? When these two worked for The Hill, they actually used to put on a decently balanced show. They wouldn't just take the hard left or the hard right, or even they were pretty middle of the road.
Well, that's out the window.
It's completely out the window because they got fired from The Hill and decided to make their own show. And this is what they've come up with. Crystal here is going to take us through the actual thing. If anybody is squeamish, we're not going to see like her head explode or anything. We're not going to see have you seen the pictures after they take her out and there's blood all over the airbag?
Yeah.
We won't see her dead body at all, but you will see him fire the shot. So if you're squeamish about that kind of stuff, just keep it in mind. No, it's Crystal with a K because she's special.
And get started with this ICE shooting in Minneapolis. So you guys know we covered on the show that the Trump administration surged 2,000 ICE agents into Minneapolis, mostly in response to this Nick Shirley, propaganda video about Somali day.
Actually, it has nothing to do with the Nick Shirley thing. He was sending them in there because he'd already announced that he was going to be cracking down on Somali illegals. And if you want to crack down on Somali illegals, there's like 3 places in the country that you really want to go. One of them is Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Columbus, and
Dearborn.
Dearborn, a couple of tiny places. But they don't understand that, and they don't believe in nuance or reality or the truth. So also her boobs look very pancakey.
The announcement from the Trump White House came long before Nick's video. Remember, that's why y'all started talking about it. You guys were all mad because he was doing that. And you're like, you just hate Browns. You remember, Crystal. It wasn't that long ago. Fuck. But now it's because of that Nick video. They're so fucking dirty. Why is it so hard to just be honest?
Oh, they're communists. They can't do that.
But they could. They'd be like, hey, they surged a bunch of them in here, and that's what caused this. Okay. You and I can me and her can disagree on whether or not it's right to have a whole bunch of ICE agents go out there and do their fucking job. I noticed something today because over and over again I saw lefties mad that ICE is in Minneapolis getting rid of illegals. These people only get mad at the government when they actually do their job they're paid for. Like, if these ICE agents were sitting somewhere drinking coffee, ignoring their responsibilities, they'd be like, you can't fire them. They're necessary workers. But since they're actually out there doing their job and getting rid of people who aren't supposed to fucking be here, like, how dare you, sir? We just give you guys money because that's what we like to waste other people's money. You're not supposed to actually do anything with it. I mean, we saw it all through the Biden administration. They had ICE, Border Patrol specifically, out there giving coffee and donuts to illegals as they crossed.
Yep. Well, they're eating the donuts that Americans just won't eat.
Yeah, we're known for our healthy eating.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I would love. Who's going to pick your vegetables? We don't eat vegetables, fucker. Anyway.
Cares, whatever. And no sooner did they land on the ground than, of course, they're being met with protest. And they ended up.
Well, I love that. Of course, they're being met with protest. Like these guys coming in to just do their goddamn job. Of course, they're being met with protest. Why is that an of course, Crystal? Why is other than you guys are a bunch of shitbags and no matter what Trump does, you're like, oh, we got to get a sign together and pretend we actually care about this thing for the next 2 months while we pretend we even know what's going on. As if that should happen. Exactly, Faithless. Of course they were met with protests because people like me tell them to go out and protest this stuff. And look how impactful I am. Fuck you.
Have to stop the fascists, monkey. The fascists.
If this cunt had stayed home, she'd be alive right now.
Yeah.
She had 3 kids. She is 37 years old. What the fuck is she doing out there impeding an ICE investigation to get rid of illegals who, by the way, have a much better chance of murdering and raping your children?
Hate fact.
Oh, we can't talk. Shh. You're demonizing the illegals. No. I'm pointing out a statistical fact. So I do want to say this, just in the off chance one of her children ever watched this. I'm sorry about your mom. I don't think I didn't want her dead. I didn't know her. But she did die because she was retarded. And she cared more about illegals than she cared about making sure she was there for you growing up. Cared more about illegals who are more likely to rape you and kill you than your other neighbors. She cared more about them than you. And that's a hard thing to hear, but it's true. That's what her priority was that day.
Yeah, she wasn't out there trying to like rescue puppies or anything like that. She prioritized some unknown criminal over her own children. That's sad. She's not fighting for freedom. She's not some hero. She's some piece of shit that was impeding the feds.
No, Jack. She was a warrior.
A warrior of Genghis Khan. If anybody gets that reference, you watch way too much British TV.
No, this is when you become a parent, there's certain things you need to prioritize, and chief among them is your children and being there for them. And this bitch was out blocking ICE from doing their job. That's what she chose to do. And now your children get to grow up without you, lady. Good job. And these people calling her a fucking hero, get fucked. She was a bad mother. I'm just going to say it. I know we're not supposed to say that about people. She's a bad mom because now her kids got to grow up without her. And she wasn't wrongfully killed, and we'll get to that with the video here. She made decisions that got her killed.
Yep. Real quick. Thank you, tall person. And then there's the follow-up where people are whining about the guy getting pepper sprayed in the face for going for a cop's gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he took that blast right to the face. Oh, man, it was like a bukkake video there.
Yeah, that was a great video.
Did you see the Chester Cheetah meme?
I did not.
Yeah, somebody, I think I retweeted it, but somebody photoshopped Chester Cheetah, so he's holding the gun when the orange spray is hitting that dude right in the face. It's delightful.
Not just a bad mom, but a bad person. You know what's weird? You can have bad people who are still good parents.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're bad in other ways, but they absolutely adore their children. Escobar was one of those.
Yeah.
His children were his whole life aside of, drug dealing. But when you're a bad parent too, all right, Crystal.
Up one of these agents shooting and killing a woman who was driving a car. I'm going to go ahead and put this.
She's just driving down the street going to daycare and Waffle House, and they shot her. Arr!
A woman, they shot a woman who was driving a car. I mean, technically that's true.
Yeah, it's not unfactual. It's just leaving a lot of facts out.
I do feel bad for kids. I do too, Ebony. I do too. I wish they had a better mom. And I mean that sincerely. Because the only victims here are her children.
Video up on the screen. We've got it from different angles again. This is disturbing. So just be aware. I'm going to look this way so I can see the bigger TV screen. But in any case, you can see this maroon colored vehicle. This is the vehicle being.
I just want to point out, even from right now, we can see this vehicle is blocking the fucking road.
Yeah. This lady is part of a group of ICE watchers who goes around and tries to impede their travel. When she got ahead of them, blocked off the road, and didn't want to move.
Well,
so of course, they're going to arrest her.
I saw this lawyer who said, I've watched this video 10 times, and she was waving the ICE people through. Who made her the fucking traffic cop?
Yeah, also, that's a danger because she may be waving them through into an ambush. You don't know who else is in that van or in the surrounding area. You can't impede traffic like this. This is literally interference with police activity. You cannot do this. Interference is a physical act, and that's what she's doing. She's physically impeding them from traveling to where they need to be. You don't get to do that.
Hi, Mash. Nice to see you, sweetie.
Hey, Bash. Long time no see.
Yeah. The number of people that I've seen trying to defend, like, well, she was telling them to go around. It wasn't her place to tell them to go around.
Yeah, and if they started to go around, would she hit them? They don't know. Does she have a gun? They have no idea what they're encountering here. Those people are very smooth brain that think like that.
These are the kind of people that we're going to talk about, the functionally retarded lefties, who they have enough intelligence to form words, but not to understand them. And so all they're doing, hey, I'm supposed to be outraged about this. Hey, I saw her wave them around, so clearly she did nothing wrong. Forget the part where she almost hits a cop. Again, I don't think she was trying to hit him, but she actually does. And Crystal's going to say some shit that just makes me laugh here in just a second. I haven't watched a lot of this clip, but I did watch the part where she goes through the clip itself. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Driven by the woman who is ultimately
for a fact that she was actually waving them around, or was she like, go away, fuck off?
Well, if you see the longer portion or the longer part of this video, I mean, there is one that she waves around that goes around. And then this is the second car, at least in the video that I saw, the second one that pulls up, and they're like, they get out, they're like, get the fuck out of the car because they're going to move her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she's like, oh. So yeah, I do think she was actually waving them around. But again, she's not a traffic cop. That's not her place.
She identifies as a traffic cop, you bigot.
She could have been holding up a giant sign that said, please go around. It's not her job to do that.
No. No matter how you cut it, she was obviously trying to impede their travel.
Yes.
So they couldn't do their jobs. And she was trying to, at minimum, slow them down.
And they've been doing this all morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And these ICE watchers do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
So they've around the country, they've been doing this shit. So it's a little tiresome, and you're just delaying things. You're not actually achieving anything.
Yeah. They're just being nuisances. Anyway, back to her take on this.
Ultimately shot and killed. So she backs up there, and then as she moves forward, that is when this agent shoots her 3 times. From this angle, that angle is significant because it's from the front. And you can see that initially the officer is bumped a little bit by the...
Bumped a little bit. She hit him with an SUV.
Bumped a little bit. Do you remember the Wazoo, Mississippi riots?
Yes.
Do you remember what that was over? That was over the president of the college, the one guy who had the railway magnet's kid who had to live in a tent on the campus, and everybody had to surround him, and they had to have that safe space by that weird lady.
Yeah.
He got lightly bumped by a car he purposefully stepped in front of, and it was treated as though he got mowed down.
Well, I mean, you can break your pelvis that way. The cop didn't throw himself in front of this woman either.
I just love how, depending on the story, it changes.
Yeah.
Like, suddenly, because I've seen several people who are like, you should get out of the way of the car. We're going to watch one later where somebody brings up DeSantis talking about the 2020 riots. And they're trying to compare it to that. Like, I thought it was okay to just run people over. Like, the scenarios are different, you retards.
Yeah. What's that word that they hate? Nuance.
Nuance. Yeah. A police officer telling you to stop is not the same as a crowd of angry virgin liberals telling you to stop. One of them has the legal right to do it. The other one doesn't. Anyway, back to Chris. I just loved that part. You can see he did get bumped a little bit. He got bumped with a car, bitch. With a car. And the lady hit the gas. You can hear the car rev.
Vehicle is what it looks like in this angle.
Okay.
Now here you can see it.
So here's the important angle. This is where we get to see the tires.
it slowed down. You have this one.
Okay. She mentions that the car slowed down. They are watching this in extremely slow motion.
Yeah, this is like fifth speed. This is nowhere near normal speed.
Person on the side, agent on the side.
Here, you know what? Let's go back for a minute and watch this in real time, how fast this happens.
Shot and killed. So she backs up there, and then as she moves forward,
right,
that is when this agent shoots her 3 times. From this,
that was less than a second from where the car starts to take off to right here, which is after she's been shot at least once.
Now, keep in mind, it's important to realize how big an SUV is, because a lot of people forget this. If he had fallen back instead of rolling to the side, she would have run him over, even after he had shot her. I can't talk. So the bullets hit her. That SUV is still going to run him over. He came within inches of getting killed.
Now watch how different it looks in slow motion.
That angle is significant because it's from the front, and you can see that initially the officer is bumped a little bit by the vehicle, is what it looks like in this angle. Now here you can see it slowed down. You have this one person on the side, agent on the side, who has his hand on the vehicle, and then it's the guy in the front who shoots 1 time and then 2, 3 times. It appears the second 2 shots go in through the driver's side window. The vehicle then, the driver, we don't know if she was instantly deceased or not.
See right there, as you can see where she waves a car past.
Yeah, but that vehicle was largely already passing her when she was waving it. I don't buy that she was waving him around.
But incapacitated, the vehicle then crashes. Afterwards, there's, it's just, unbelievable horror there. And they're apparently not providing any sort of first aid.
I'm pretty sure they knew she was dead by then.
Well, see, this comes from another video where there's somebody who claims to be a doctor saying, "I'm a doctor. Can I go check her pulse?" And they said, "Get out of here."
The guy goes, "Tipo medic."
He goes, "But I'm a doctor." And the ICE agent said, "I don't care." And another ICE agent is heard going, "We have med on the way." They had already called for them. They just weren't there yet. And I'm going to tell y'all something. From what I saw that video, they could have had medics in the car with her when it happened, and there was nothing they could do.
Point blank, no, that woman was dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 3 shots that close, pretty unlikely she would have survived, even if they had an entire trauma team standing there. Real quick, though. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But this way they get to put it up. Look how uncaring they are.
Yeah, well,
fuck off.
These guys have dealt with these kind of injuries before, I'm sure. And they were probably like, "Yeah, she's dead." She probably didn't have much of a head left.
Well, 1, you can't prove that guy's a doctor to begin with. 2, it's now a crime scene. You can't just have random people in there.
Random people claiming to be doctors?
Yeah. Anyway, you had a thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Herr Doctor, for that feminist donation. I know that's you, Dark. I am also one to point out they gave her a lawful order to get out of the car. Pennsylvania versus Mims says that she has to get out of the car. If she had just gotten out of the car, she'd still be alive. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get sprung from jail than it is to get resurrected from the dead.
You guys are sick to not feel a thing from this. He did not have to shoot her. She did not have to put her white lady nose in everybody's fucking business. She should have been home with her kids.
Yeah, look, I'll criticize the cops when they do a bad shoot, but this is a clean shoot. He was standing in front of her. She gunned it. You're allowed to use deadly force when someone tries to run you over with a vehicle.
Look, when we've thought it was a bad shoot, we've said we think it's a bad shoot.
Yeah.
And in this case, it wasn't a bad shoot.
No, this sort of case has happened many times before.
She was picking up her kid by parking in the middle of the fucking street. Blocking ice? That's a weird way to pick up your kid. You're just retarded. So
what I think she was doing was she waved one car on and then was going to pull out in front of the other one.
Yeah, because the one she lets go isn't an ice vehicle.
Yeah.
Not that we can tell.
They knew who the ice vehicles were. So, I have a real problem with putting yourself in this kind of reckless danger and then everybody complaining when you get hurt for it because it's your own dumbass fault. What is she gonna do? De-arrest somebody? What was the ultimate goal here other than to interfere with ICE operations? You're putting your life in danger for ultimately nothing because they'll just come back and get the person again later.
She is a mother, and this is how she chose to spend her time. She was a bad mom. I'm just going to repeat that. Good little rioter. Thank you so much for that feminist $12. She is a good martyr. That good is in air quotes, or in quotes. I'm air quoting it as I read it. There we go. She's a good martyr, and we don't care what the facts say. Now, go visit my GoFundMe, and we can equally redistribute $650K. Can't wait for the story of why she didn't have custody of her other 2 kids. Her husband has reportedly come out and said she was no activist. He knows that because it's her ex-husband and they don't live together anymore. Even though everybody who seems to know her in that town was like, yeah, of course she was doing this. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. A lot of women get involved in these sort of activities because their partner's involved.
Well, go ahead on that thought. I'm going to switch screens for a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so in this case, her girlfriend actually said, I'm the reason she's out here.
Oh, I must have closed that window. Yeah, I was going to bring up the quote of that.
Oh.
I'm laughing at our timing, not of well, actually, I'm laughing at that too. You left your husband to go be with your lesbian lover and she got you killed.
Well,
have I said she's a bad mom yet?
I mean, statistics kind of bear out the violence in lesbian relationships. I mean,
God damn, man.
Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Her girlfriend, not wife, they aren't married, said on camera that they were there to interfere with ICE. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this lady's known for this sort of thing. So,
yeah,
not surprising. They had done this before. So, yeah, it's you put yourself in harm's way and you get hurt. You don't get a bitch about it. It's like rock climbers falling down and being like, how did that happen?
Yeah, these people who are defending this, they're just either actually retarded or like Crystal here playing the I have to defend this because it's Trump's fault game. Anyway, back to Crystal. Oh, go ahead.
To be fair, some of them are also just blindly anti-police.
That's fair.
And there's plenty of things to criticize the police for, but not every cop is an evil person.
But blindly is the part, and I think calling the retarded ones that covered them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, useful idiots are still a thing, sadly.
All right.
The agent who shoots this woman leaves, hops in a vehicle and goes, flees the scene.
Flees the scene. You dirty bitch. After a shooting, they tend to get the officer out of there because it's traumatic for them.
Yeah, believe it or not, they're human.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they do have, what are they called? Emotions.
They're providing her no first aid. There's a doctor, actually.
She's got a hole in her face.
Yeah, probably half her brain is missing at that point.
Quick, get the little round Band-Aids. I think we can save her.
Yeah. Get the 40 caliber removers. Disgusting.
She was shot point blank, and at least one of them hit her with a 9mm. She's dead.
Well, it could be a 40, a 45.
Yep.
I'm not sure what ICE is carrying these days, but any of those calibers is more than enough. If it hits you in the head, you're probably dead. It has to hit you at a real weird angle not to be.
If you see the second 2 shot, because the first one goes through the windshield, you can actually see the splatter from it. Those second 2 shots, he's no more than a foot and a half away from her.
Yeah, he's the length of a car hood with his arm extended. So
even with a 22, there's a good chance you're dead.
22 would actually probably do more damage because it'd bounce around inside of you.
Fair, yeah.
Real quick, thank you, Unit. She was a bad mom when she was charged with using her kid as an ashtray. Maybe God had a plan.
I don't
Well,
know.
remember, karma doesn't have hands. I learned that from My Name is Earl.
There you go. All right.
That is on the scene, and we can show you this in a minute. There's a doctor who's there who says, let me go and let me tend to her. I'm a physician.
That's actually not what he says. He says, can I check her pulse? Can I check her pulse? Can I tend to her? I'm a physician. Come on, Crystal. You're going to play the video. Just play the video.
I would like to remove some evidence.
Right? You didn't
steal her purse.
You didn't let somebody into the crime scene? That's so weird.
I believe that's called contamination.
Indeed. Unique Jack, thank you. According to VP Vance, the officer who shot her was injured 36 months ago by a crazy hitting him with their car while fleeing, so being a bit on edge seems justified. I would be, look, even if that part wasn't true, if I were these ICE agents, I would be on edge because according to Crystal here, it's just normal for people to show up to protest you at your job every goddamn day.
Well, we saw this with that Kroger shooting in Columbus, not far from where I used to live, where that lady accelerated at the police officer and he shot through the windshield.
Yep.
And they're like, you shot a pregnant woman. Yeah, he was trying to run him over. It's a clean shoot. I'm sorry. You don't have to like that, but the officer's life was in danger. If he had fallen backward, he absolutely would have been run over.
Again, I don't think she was trying, and I think that he probably was safe at that moment, but it's not what I think after seeing it from 5 different views. It's what he's thinking in that split fucking second.
Well, the fact that the vehicle pushed him, he already knew his life was in danger, and his gun was already out at that point. I don't blame him at all for shooting. I would have done the same thing.
Oh, yeah, this is 100% a clean shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I do like going home at the end of the day. But if this had just been like he walked up to the window and started shooting inside, it would be a different story. That's not what happened here. She put him in immediate danger.
Notice we haven't heard any more about that one where the ICE folks shot at the people driving past them.
Yeah.
Did we call that shit or what? There was something dirty going on there. Otherwise, the press would still be on that one.
Yep.
Because if any of these looked bad, you're driving past somebody and you shot at them. That even we said at the time, don't fucking do that. He's driving a car.
Yeah.
Air Doctor, thank you so much for that feminist $12. Every officer involved shooting procedure usually has a lieutenant there, and the trigger officer tells them what happened, and they are usually taken back to the station, removed from the situation. The only time I've seen different than that is when they take him to the hospital first and then take him to the station.
And they always take his gun away because you don't know how people are going to react when they took a life.
Darth
Mondo,
like the
thank
movies,
you, guys.
Darth Mondo, thank you. I'm just telling people she identified as a fetus, so it was just an abortion and all good. Oh, we have plenty of things we can point to from the lefties that, hey, I don't know what to tell you. Your rules, not mine, and I can actually do analogies.
Oh, look at you with your similes and metaphors. You and your learning.
Well, this is a good point for one. I remember being told by these folks that when somebody is in front of your car telling you to stop, it is wrong to hit your gas and run them over.
Rules for thee, but not for me, because some animals are more equal than others.
We heard all about this over and over and over again when drivers were getting surrounded by mobs of crazy people. But if a cop tells you to stop and you hit the gas, well, that's just justified.
Can I start the rumor that the ICE agents were actually just trying to get in her vehicle so they could get a rare Beanie Baby?
I forget who it was. Somebody on Twitter said to me, I think it might have been Dangerous. Who knew January 6th, all they had to do was drive their cars into the cops?
Yeah, apparently that's okay.
Then it would have been all fine. Yeah. Understatement. You're the bastard who sent me this video. I called you dangerous earlier, and I apologize for that.
Sorry, Dangerous.
My apologies to both of you, gentlemen. You're both
or neither, or whatever. I'm sorry that happened to you, or congratulations.
I'm much meaner to Understatement than I am to Dangerous. Good little
That's his
Somali.
understatement as seen you drive an RV in that one game, and he was laughing at you.
Good little good little Somali cop. Thank you. Don't forget when I shot across the cop car in front of my partner and killed a Minnesota woman in her bathrobe when she was asking for help. I got acquitted. Well, these things happen, man.
Yeah, that was a bullshit ruling. That guy should be in prison. That poor Australian woman.
Yep. And then just proof we don't always take the police's side around here.
No.
If it's a good shoot, it's a good shoot.
Yeah. And if it's dirty, we'll tell you it's dirty. There's good people and bad people.
Here's something that needs to be said about this thing. I don't care about her history. It can add color to it and everything, but I don't. I don't care what she was doing the rest of the day. I don't care how she'd spent the first 37 years of her miserable fucking life. All that matters right here is what she did right here. Was this a clean shoot? It absolutely was. And it doesn't matter if she was motherfucking Teresa or Hitler. This was a clean shoot. Just saying. Anyway, back to Crystal and her bullshit white woman tears. I love that white women are not getting quite the attention that they expected out of this. Because they were expecting the Floyd riots, and that little riot that they had yesterday was just sad.
Oh, yeah.
That was so pathetic. White ladies, the minorities aren't coming to back you up, except for Jasmine Crockett, and we'll get to her later. All right.
And they refuse care. It takes quite...
They did not refuse care. Some rando come up saying, I'm a doctor. That is not refusing care.
A long time for an ambulance to arrive. We're talking 10 or 15 minutes. The ambulance cannot reach the scene because law enforcement vehicles are blocking the way. And this woman ends up dead. So let's go ahead and put...
She ends up dead.
Yeah, that just sort of happened. Like, I was out playing soccer and Billy ended up dead.
But A2 again, which I think is significant as well, because of course what they're arguing is this was self-defense from the agent.
Okay, when he pulls his gun, we just saw him pull his gun. Her wheel is going straight at him.
Yeah, she'd already started to move.
It's because she is turning the wheel the other way because it had been turned to the left and she's turning it to the right. But at this moment, when he draws, it is coming right at him. And he is no more than 2 feet from that car. He cannot see her wheels, even if that's where he was looking. And this is an important point, guys, because again, all of us who are sitting here watching it in real time, or sorry, in slow time and getting to be like, oh no, she was turning the wheel. What matters is what he was thinking in that moment. Was it reasonable in that moment for him to think she was going to try to run him down? That she was trying to run him down? And yeah, that is reasonable. And you find that reasonable, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did anything wrong here. But he was trying to get out of the way, too.
Wait for this, because Crystal has a great take here.
Does she? That sounds like an exaggeration, Monkey.
And that the government immediately came out and called her a domestic terrorist and said that she was using her vehicle to try to run over this agent. Well,
from his point, I do think calling her a domestic terrorist is too far, and you don't need to go that far for this to be a justified shooting. It's part of why I pointed out that it doesn't matter her background or history. None of that shit actually matters. What matters is what she did right here in this moment. So I do think the whole domestic terrorist thing, a little too far.
What you can see at the beginning of that A2B is here she is waving them through.
That was not a nice vehicle that she waved through. And even with her waving through here, not her job. She has no right to be doing this.
You still have to be suspicious of somebody that is impeding traffic like that when you know these activists are up to something.
She has no legal right to be holding them up and being like, this isn't like there's road construction ahead and she's wearing a little yellow hat and a yellow vest and a stop sign and waving you through. And she's just some crazy middle-aged woman who's out there, should be with her kids, but instead is trying to protect Pedro the pedophile. Oh, this was in Minnesota. So I don't know Somali names. The pedophile.
I would have gone with Mohammed because that's always the same.
Saeed, that's their big one.
Saeed, yeah.
Saeed the pedophile.
That's a cool name though. Saeed. That sounds kind of badass. I'll look up Somali names so we can find a shitty one.
The vehicles of the ICE agents or federal agents, whatever agencies they're from. So, not trying to run them down. I think any reasonable person saw her can see that she's backing up. She's repositioning her wheels. She's trying to flee. Now, you may...
Again, you are doing this in super slow motion. I tell you what, Crystal, how about we try this out? In live time, you stand in front of my car and decide whether or not I'm going to hit you. You want to play that game? I bet you won't.
Yeah.
We saw it in real time. We watched it. There's a reason I went back to show you how fast this actually happens. Those pops come pop, pop, pop.
Yep.
And the way they do it, when they show it here in slow motion, it's like he's like, oh, I got this shot, bro. I'm going to get her again.
She's lucky they didn't riddle the car like she was Bonnie and Clyde.
Right.
Because all those agents have guns. He only fired 3 shots. He could have mag dumped, but he didn't. 3 shots, actually, I don't know if that was enough to minimize the threat, but obviously that was enough for him. So.
Thank you, Gigi Evans. Can the ex-husband still use the return policy at the appliance store? He clearly didn't put a hole in his own carpet cleaner. That's fair.
A dishwasher was damaged here. I looked up some names here. We got Omar. We got Liban.
We can't use Omar because they'll be like, you're threatening a congressperson.
Oh, yeah. What about Ugas?
I'll never remember
Ugas. It's like Ugas.
I'll never remember it.
Bylan.
I'm sticking with Saeed because I know that one.
All right. Oh, Shire is on here.
And look, if your name is Saeed and you're not a douchebag from Somalia who's, stealing money from me, my apologies, but I'm sure there's a nice Steve out there somewhere. Ask him how he feels.
Yeah, you are mean to Steves.
All right. Back to this stupid.
Say that was the wrong action. I will say there's also eyewitnesses who say she was being hit with contradictory directions. Stop, get out, go, get out.
We can hear the orders on the fucking video, you moron.
Yeah, well, they probably initially said get out of here, and then when she didn't do that, they had to go up to her vehicle. Then it was stop, get out,
get out of the car.
Yeah, that is not contradictory instructions.
No.
Here. And so, we have to factor that into it as well. But regardless of whether or not she did the right thing in that situation, now you have a woman who is dead, 3 shots fired, deadly.
Regardless of whether or not what she did in the situation was right. No, Crystal, that's pretty fucking important here.
Real quick. Oh, sorry.
It's what makes it a justified shooting.
Yes, the facts do matter, and no matter how she tries to dress it up, this is going to be ruled a clean shoot by any competent authority that is being honest. Real quick, thank you, One Bad Time, for that feminist donation. I opened the community to millions of invaders, and I won't be called a traitor. I performed 10,000 counts of fraud, not called a fraudster. Suck one man off, and now I'm called the governor of Minnesota.
Nice.
That's funny.
Force used here. And, neither of us are lawyers. I talked to Pisco, and then, I've been reading other lawyers online who are opining on this. And what most of them are saying is like, look, the first shot, when he's in front of the car and he gets bumped by the car, that's one thing. Maybe I could get him off for that. Shots number 2 and 3, and put A3B up on the screen because this is very relevant. So shots number 2 and 3 are when he's in this position. Clearly, any sort of danger from the car has passed.
And
No.
you know what? In slow motion or in a still photo like this, you have a point. He did not need to fire right here.
That's Monday morning quarterbacking, though. He doesn't know where the other agents are because there were other people off to the other side.
Before you ever get to that part of it, this happened within a quarter of a second.
Yeah. Like I said, he stopped well before I would have. I would have emptied the mag. But he stopped as soon as the door was past him. So he recognized at that point, his adrenaline, even under all the adrenaline he was going through, that the threat had passed. So he stopped shooting.
Show this in real time, Crystal.
She won't do that because it helps to support his case.
He's alongside of the vehicle, and that those two, it's just impossible to argue that this was still self-defense. And
that's bullshit. You have muscle memory from training, and what he's trained to do is to neutralize the threat. You don't just shoot one shot and hope for the best. You just the thing is the process is going so quickly, you don't always have time to stop right away. You're reacting from training. You're not just living in the microseconds where you could pause and analyze everything around you. Humans don't work that way. This is nonsense. Total Monday morning quarterbacking. This is disgusting. And if lawyers really told her that, they should probably be disbarred.
There are some of them on Twitter. I'm sure there's some over on Blue Sky, but I'm not gay, so I don't go over there.
Well, yeah, that's
that are saying this, that it's like, yeah, he shouldn't have fired it. Even if the first shot was okay, those next two weren't. Watch it in real time.
Yeah, they could have been lighting her up from the back of the vehicle, from all of that side of the vehicle, until their magazines were empty. And that did not happen. This was not overkill. This was a justifiable reaction. There's no other way to see it if you're being honest. Real fast, though. Thank you, Darth Mondo. Trump has a chance to do something very hilarious right now. Pardon Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin's barely alive after getting stabbed 22 times, and he'll still have state charges on him.
Toasted, thank you. Who was watching her 3 kids in Colorado? No clue. Weren't they at like school?
I don't know. This was in Minnesota, so she traveled from out of state and crossed state lines with that deadly weapon.
Oh my God, she did state lines with a deadly?
Yeah, that vehicle's a deadly weapon. She did a Kyle Rittenhouse.
She's a Rittenhouse.
Oh,
damn.
Man. Was that cop black?
you have to justify every single instance of use of deadly force.
Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. What she meant there by every single instance is literally every single bullet.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. If he then after he shoots her, the car crashes, if he walks up and then pops her in the head again, that one would be a separate incident that has to be justified. Those 3 shots all at once don't.
Yeah. Yep. If he had walked up afterward and been like, "Oh, zombie," and shot her in the head, then you'd have an argument. But like you said, all 3 together like that, small grouping. Yeah, no, this was all part of the same action. And the events leading up to it justify the behavior. I hate these people so much. They're so disingenuous.
This was actually a relevant saga, and this was something that Pisco flagged for me. In the Derek Chauvin trial, George Floyd was actually killed just a mile from where this woman was killed.
Which is not relevant to anything at all, but okay.
No.
This was a white woman. Even if you want to say, well, she was a lesbian too, there's no way of knowing. I guess you could. Did you see her? She does kind of look like a lesbian.
Yeah, she kind of does.
I mean, some straight women look like lesbians. I mean, Crystal.
Yeah, some people just have a face that says they munch carpet, you know.
Yeah, but you're trying to tie this to George Floyd?
Don't worry, I'm sure she'll draw a parallel to January 6th if she digs hard enough.
It's a privileged white woman. Shut the fuck up. But anyway, she's going to point out what I don't know who this Spiro is that she keeps mentioning or whatever the name is. But if they're your lawyer, you might want to get a new one.
And what they said is, okay, well, maybe you could justify the initial hold with the knee on the neck infamously. But once he's dead, how are you still in danger in any way? And that was
well, after he's dead, what's it matter?
Yeah, well, get him CPR or something like that, because this has always been my problem with the Chauvin Floyd thing is just how long they held him there.
Well,
I mean, even after they check his pulse and there's no pulse.
Yeah, but one of the problems is if they knew he's already dead, but the crowd being as inflamed as it was, and they start doing CPR without medics around, they're looking at a riot. And you cannot pay attention to doing CPR and crowd control at the same time.
Yeah, I wasn't relitigating that part. Yeah. This is one of those places where they don't understand analogies. In the Derek Chauvin case, that took place over almost 8 minutes. In this case, it wasn't even 8 seconds.
Yeah.
You can't be like, well, they should have been after that first shot, they waited 8 minutes to get her some help before the second shot. No, this was bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and they called in right away for medics. This is so fucking dumb. They want so desperately to make martyrs. And it sadly will work because these people are fucking suckers. It's not going to work. Suckers. They're going to buy magic beans.
It's not going to work. I mean, with the shooting out there, where's the one where they just shot the 2 Mexicans? No, they're not Mexicans. They're Trende Agua, whatever.
Yeah, they're Venezuelans. That was in Portland.
Yeah. Portland. Yeah. It's already getting pushed out because of the Portland one. Nobody cares about a white lady getting herself killed.
No, I'm sure her Starbucks barista will be upset for a few days, but there's plenty more where that came from.
Think about how much less work the barista has to do now.
Yeah, maybe they won't be filming TikToks crying in the bathroom about how hard it is being a barista.
Let's see. Decadia, thank you so much. Just FYI, Pisco, the guy she is referencing is a Destiny nut hanger. Never practiced law and is a total loon. Oh, I know who that guy is. Okay.
Once you said Destiny nut hanger, that makes a lot more sense.
No, I know the guy. The guy gives bad legal takes all the time.
Oh, he's like Barnes?
Yes, he's very much like Barnes, except for on the other side.
Yeah.
All right. Somewhere a bland plate of chicken is going uneaten. Stop it.
It had salt on it.
Let's be fair. Understatement. She's a white lesbian. She probably eats kale. She's probably a vegan.
Oh, God.
Was part of what led to the guilty verdict in that trial. So, that's the sort of legal analysis.
I just want to again point out that she's comparing 8 minutes with less than a second.
Well, to be fair, that whole thing with Floyd, just the kneeling part lasted the 8 minutes. They were dealing with him for a long time before that when he was acting all weird because of all the fentanyl in his system. So that was probably closer to half an hour.
Analysis, all of these things are fed through a political lens as well. The FBI is partnering with the local state police to investigate this killing. I have zero confidence in Kash Patel's FBI in general, but certainly to be sort of nonpartisan and non-political here. I
don't trust him, but I'm glad they're coming. What?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of trust in them either, but I think this is pretty open and shut.
Don't yet have any sort of indictment. We don't have the agent who...
We don't have any sort of indictment the day after it happened.
Why would you have it the day? They haven't even finished the paperwork. Are you kidding me?
There shouldn't even be an indictment, lady.
No, why would they indict this guy? They're going to run this through internal affairs. They're going to be like, it's clean shoot.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It was a clean shoot.
If Pam Bondi goes after this guy, I'm definitely calling for her resignation because she's fucking useless as it is. I don't like
killed this woman. We don't have any sort of identity. We don't even know what agency he's with and whether he's still on the job, whether
He'll be put on administrative leave. That's normal.
You absolutely know where he's from. You said it. They sent all the ICE agents there. They were blocking ICE agents. They were tracking ICE agent movements.
Yeah.
He was an ICE agent, you crazy bitch.
Yeah, and Krasenstein doxed him, so yeah,
still in
put his whole
Minneapolis.
family in danger.
Yeah.
I don't know any of that. So in any case, that's sort of where things stand. And what would a jury do with it? How would they view it? Neither one of us can say, but I can tell
you right now, it should never get to a jury.
This won't even go to a grand jury because it's laughable.
You have to be actually retarded to think he should face any charges for this.
Yeah, he'll be put on administrative leave, probably have to do a psych test. There'll be a period that they have laid out already in their handbook where they have to be on leave, and he'll have to pass a psych evaluation. And they'll probably take all his guns away just in case he goes a little sad. So that's normal operating procedure.
Thank you, Liberty Vet, who says Cash caught the pipe bomber Biden knew about. Yeah, finally. That didn't get very much attention at all.
I was shocked that guy confessed. I thought for sure it was that CIA lady because that looked like a lesbian.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, man?
Hey, Sean.
Toasted, thank you. Confused by all the leftists that claim they're not for open border. If that is true, why are they angry at ICE? I mean, do they want to allow anyone to come into the country and not be deported? Also, thought police brutality only affected Black people. Well, you have to understand, they only say I'm not for an open border when they're being pressed on how bad immigration is. Even the ones who say they're not for an open border, if you pay attention to what else they say, they're for an open border. That's just the fact. Anyway, I don't remember if there was any more of this.
If I'm on that jury, I don't think that there's any way I would view the totality of that as acting in self-defense when clearly she is trying to flee. She's trying to exit the scene. She's not trying to kill anyone.
Oh, you're a mind reader now. Crystal would never make it through voir dire. Give me a break.
All right, Crystal, I have a challenge for you. And this one isn't as dangerous as the last one.
Oh.
Pull up the video in real time, Crystal. And when you hear that first shot fired, say stop as quickly as you can and record it so that you can watch back and see if you got stop completely out before he finishes firing. Test it yourself. See if you can, in that quick second, just get a word out. One word. Fuck it. You know what? Don't even make a word. Just grunt. Grunt like Kyle does when you're pegging him.
Ew.
Just give a good and see if you can get all the way through the before that last shot is fired. Because you just showed your whole audience this in slow motion over and over again, only showing it in real time twice at the very, very beginning, including the one where you had to be like, yeah, she did hit him with the car. She did nudge him a little bit, which, by the way, is assault and battery, you fucking bitch.
I maintain it could be attempted murder because if he had fallen, she'd have run him over.
Sure.
Popped his head like a cantaloupe.
Anyway, that's enough of that crazy bitch. We got another crazy bitch. And we're going to start getting into the bad analogies from these folks.
Oh, what? Bad analogies from leftists? How can you ever imagine such a thing? Oh, God, look at that hair. Why does her head look so weird? Oh, it's her hairdo. Never mind.
I don't know who's annoying me more, the liberals with their bad analogies or the libertarians with their bad analogies.
Why not both? Real quick, this just popped up. Thank you, Frosted Glass. The driver here, George Floyd Maduro, Jacob Blake, Michael Brown, Anthony Carmelo, Trayvon Martin, Joseph Rosenbaum. Is there one leftist martyr in the past 20 years who wasn't a piece of shit or who got themselves killed? Their heroes are monsters. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there are any that aren't monsters. Even that guy that assassinated the MAGA activist over in, what was it, Seattle or Portland? Same town, really.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting killed by the cops for a murder. They celebrated him. Same with Mangione. They have no good heroes. They're all evil people. It's a death
All
cult.
right. MAGA is mocking Renee Good already. For the record, but when I saw this, I hadn't seen anybody mock her. I've been mocking. I'll keep mocking her, and I'll keep saying she's a bad mom.
Terrible.
Terrible, yeah.
But mocking her would be sending her kids flowers on Mother's Day. That'd be evil.
That'd be over the line a little bit.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
You guys, right-wingers on Twitter are making fun of the woman who was killed today by the ICE thugs in Minneapolis. I just want to point out a few of their grotesque hypocrisies really quick, not that they care. They don't care that they're hypocrites.
Okay.
Oh, we're hypocrites now.
Well, this is another word they don't understand.
Well, they're not smart, so.
There's so many people online who just repeat words they've heard. They know it's supposed to be a bad thing to be this, but they don't know what this actually is. You know, like a hypocrite. It's bad to be a hypocrite. But their idea of hypocrite isn't actually hypocrisy.
Oh, Monkey, you and your parasocial relationships with people with DID. I worked two of them in.
Never want to see any of them getting away with using a Gadsden flag again, okay? Don't tread on me. But then they love big government treading on people.
No, nobody got treaded on here, lady.
Yeah, thankfully that cop got out of the way, or he would have been treaded on.
Yeah, she wasn't tread on. She was shot because she gunned her engine at a fucking cop.
Yeah, I said treaded on. Deal with it. Ladies, can we stop doing the weird little thing where you like clap your four fingers into your thumb and make like shadow puppet duck heads? That's really fucking trashy.
Don't say it's trashy. My wife does that all the time.
Well, tell her to stop.
I like it. I think it's cute when she's doing it, when she's emphasizing a point.
Well, that's your wife. You're allowed to think that.
Yeah, I don't think other women should do it. Maybe.
No, look at this lady. Do you want her doing that to you?
I don't want this lady speaking. I don't want her speaking publicly because she's an idiot.
Yeah, and she has a weird face. Does she have Botox lips?
I mean that. I don't mean that at all. I want her speaking publicly more because this is free content for me.
Yeah, and it's proof of alien contact. Her face is weird, dude.
Okay, I thought the cat. What? Don't tread on me. What does that even mean? If you're going to literally be bootlicking the fucking feds, bro.
I want to go back and see what this lady was saying under Biden
during the COVID lockdowns when they were bootlicking people getting arrested.
The whole fucking 4 years, because it is amazing to me how many people glaze the feds over doing shit that they really shouldn't be, and then in an instant like this where, again, clean shoot, they're like, how can you bootlick it by pointing out the real? Well, because you're a moron and you don't understand that two things that aren't alike, you dumb wench.
Oh, that face, man. That
who is wearing a comically large fucking cowboy hat to make this all more absurd, was asked about this and called the woman a domestic terrorist. Remember after...
Again, I do think the domestic terrorist label is wrong. Liberty Vet, thank you. Missed first part of the show. You see the ACA subsidy passed? Yeah, it passed in the House. There's a great thing on Twitter where Ilhan Omar says, we just passed the ACA subsidies. The House really needs to pass some funding for the ACA. But you just did.
She's not a smart person. She banged her brother.
Charlie Kirk's assassination, every right-winger got on Twitter and Threads and every other social media and were like, we are not the same. We don't make jokes about people's deaths. The left is horrible.
For the record, again, that was not me. I never said I don't make jokes about death. I said quite the opposite.
Yeah, we make jokes about people dying all the time.
Yeah.
Because most of them are pieces of shit that we talk about.
There's literally a bunch of right-wingers, not just excusing her death, which they are. They're all excusing her death. They're all doing the, yes, she was a terrorist routine. There are people right now on Twitter making fun of her.
She got her ass shot being stupid. That's funny.
Yeah, how is it not funny?
Yeah. And so none of the other activists can ever say it. Hey, white lady, when a cop tells you to stop, stop.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I have pumpkin spice in me. This makes me spicy.
Charlie Kirk was sitting on a stage answering questions. He got shot in the neck for it. And you people were out there like, he deserved it. Yeah, fuck him. You guys were fucking horrible about a man getting murdered in broad daylight. This bitch was impeding the feds and gunned her car at one of them. And again, I do think she was trying to turn, but in that split second, he had no fucking idea about that.
Yeah, and he didn't have a lot of time to get out of the way because she went really fast. Also, can I point out, well, this is what I wanted to mention earlier, because he had already been dragged by a car and now this one was speeding at him, I think he's in a Final Destination movie. And I think he needs to stay away from cars.
I've never seen any of those, so I have no reference there.
Your movie knowledge makes me sad sometimes.
I tend not to watch bad movies. Not on
I
purpose.
know, and that makes me sad because you'd get so many more of my analogies.
The only bad movie I watch on purpose, and I haven't done it in a long time, is The Day After Tomorrow, because that movie is so bad. I love it.
They can outrun climate change.
No, my favorite, as bad as that is, my favorite part of this is it gets so cold, it will freeze jet fuel. It will freeze a woolly mammoth solid in an instant. But if you go into Wendy's and you turn on the gas burners, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be good. You don't understand how Wendy's cooks their burgers. They're flame broiled.
How the fuck it freeze a helicopter gas, but not the gas stove? That is my favorite part of that whole. I actually have a second favorite part. It's when the three of them are walking and it turns out they're on top of the mall and the guy named Frank falls through the glass.
Yeah.
And Dennis Quaid slams his ice pick into the ground that they're on. And then he brushes away just a tiny bit of snow so he can look through the glass. He would have shattered that glass.
You would think so, but the movie has to happen, monkey.
They would have been dangling over that little bar there, just hanging like, well, now we're fucked.
Whoopsie.
Anyway, I fucking love that movie because it's retarded.
No, there's so many better movies like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
No, see, you watch ones that are just weird to be weird. They're made that way. They're made bad. I like one that's like a Hollywood blockbuster that they thought, look how great of a filmatic experience this is.
You can't tell me they weren't trying to make Mountaintop Motel Massacre into a cinematic classic.
They weren't. They were just like, we got some money, got a little bit of cameras. Let's film a movie.
You, sir, are a monster.
They knew they were making bad shit.
Probably.
And those can be fun too.
Beautiful. Yeah, like Troll 2. Such a good movie. Thank you, Ilhan. I'm the smartest Somali in Minnesota with my 74 IQ. Wow. That's rounding up.
All right, back to crazy lady here.
Actually already posting memes about this woman's execution. Seriously?
She was not
a little chicken peck thing.
She was not executed.
No, they didn't drag her out and put her in front of everybody and be like, if you don't fall in line, this is you. Bam, right in the back of the head.
You have a right-winger in your life, especially bonus points if they have one of those fucking gas and flags somewhere in their profiles or their apartment or house or whatever. Ask them this. What does that actually mean if you are going to cheer the literal state executing a woman in broad daylight in cold blood?
I don't think anybody's cheering this.
If that were the case, then they would absolutely be hypocritical because you have "Don't Tread on Me" and a woman was murdered in the street by the feds for nothing in cold blood, as you said. But that's not what happened here. See, this is what I'm talking about. They just don't understand nuance. It's not even nuance. These things are so drastically different. What she described and what actually happened aren't even in the same fucking realm. But in her world, now you can't have a Gadsden flag if you think this chick who almost ran over a guy deserved it to get shot.
Yeah, again, I don't think anybody's celebrating this woman's death. They're saying it was a justified shooting. And yes, blue-eyed, she does look greasy. No, St. Fugi, that's not Anissa. They just both look greasy and have dark hair.
Her face is structured like Anissa when she had her hair cut and she was a little thinner. I do definitely see the resemblance. Thank you, Gigi. Yeah. She looks like an Anissa clone. She really does, but not these days because Anissa's gotten fatter cheeks and she grew out her hair. But when she had that really short hair, yeah, definitely. All right.
This woman's had some plastic surgery or something, and it's creepy. Oh, here we go. The Jasmine Crockett being dumb.
Jasmine here, she's going to continue the Charlie Kirk trend.
I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you?
I do. I bet we remember it differently.
I bet we remember it better than she does.
You remember what our response was?
A lot of cheering and celebrating.
Call him a guy who was trying to kill trans people, lie about what he actually said and did.
Professors making gunshot things at their necks to mock him.
Claiming that he said black women can't get ahead without affirmative action. I remember all of what you guys did. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of celebrating, though. Lots of cheering.
Tons.
And
yeah.
So remember very clearly. Yeah. Thank you, Jasmine, for the refresher.
Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay.
Well, once again, we have completely different scenarios. Charlie Kirk was sitting on a stage answering questions from college students. This bitch was in a car trying to impede the feds, and the feds told her to get out, and she hit her gas and almost ran one over.
And the left was celebrating his death, and there were even people calling for more of it.
Yeah, many of them said he deserved it.
Yeah, so I don't know who she's talking about, but I think she's lying. I suspect she may be telling us a less than truthful statement.
Can't wait till she's out of Congress at the end of this year.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because her district went away. All right.
Is it okay because you have a badge?
No, it's okay because it was a clean shoot.
Because somebody was trying to run him over. I wouldn't even care if this was a civilian. If somebody's trying to run you over, you're allowed to defend yourself.
This is so dirty. This is a member of Congress who was making it seem like this lady was just minding her own business. She was driving down the street and ICE just pop out and pop, but they got a badge, so it's okay. The badge isn't what makes it okay. She voted against condemning the murder. Thank you, Liberty Vet. I'm not shocked by that.
No, sadly.
She also voted against removing pedophiles from the country. But don't let that sway your opinion of this woman.
Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law.
Oh, really? Really? How about those Epstein friends?
Aren't you elevating this woman to above the law?
Yes.
Because you're going to hear this in this situation a lot. Nobody's above the law. You got to get that cop who shot her. That's trying to elevate this lady above the law because what she did was illegal.
Yes, you cannot obstruct ICE operations or federal operations. You cannot drive at federal agents and try and run them over. You can't really do that with anyone, technically. So yeah, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, but accountability is different for the left. They don't believe that they should be held accountable.
This is why Crystal Ball said, regardless of what she did in that situation, whether it was right or wrong, because that absolves that lady of doing any wrong and this being her fault in any way.
Yeah.
That way they can go, it was just the cop. No. Her actions are absolutely important to this conversation. And again, while I don't think she was trying to run the guy over, in that moment, what that cop thought is all that matters on whether or not this is a good shoot. If he's across the street and nowhere near the car, there's like 40 yards between him and the car, and he just pops out his gun and pop, that's a bad shoot. Because no reasonable person would think he was going to get run over in that situation. If you're him in that moment, there's a good chance you would have thought, this bitch is about to run me down. This car is accelerating at me really quickly. She might be trying to run me down. That is a reasonable thing to think in that circumstance.
What? No, you should think she wants to give me hugs and kisses.
Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity?
All the fake tears really sell it. They really sell it.
The humanity is to not run people over with your car.
I was on the left side with Ahmaud Arbery. I thought that was a horrible shoot from those folks. And I had a lot of sympathy for him because that was a fucked up shoot. This was not a fucked up shoot. I don't have sympathy for her. I have sympathy for her kids because they get to grow up without their mom now. But I have no sympathy for her. She did this.
Oh, victim blaming monkey. Make it so a woman take accountability for her actions.
That bitch is not a victim.
Oh, how dare you.
First Ratty, thank you so much. Right now, I'm making a risk legacy game program that will use a neural network that I am going to train them versus me so that I can then run all 5 players as AI. That sounds very complicated.
Yeah, it does. Good luck.
Thank you, Darth Mondo. Sent you 2 palette cleansers. Probably won't get to them tonight, but I will check them out. Uh-oh. Jasmine won't.
A child.
Oh, dear God. It was playing. She was just choked up. I'm sorry, guys.
A child.
A child. Hey, Jasmine, I don't mean to backseat act here, but if you're going to do that kind of crying, you really should have at least a tear.
What? Demanding tears? That's free labor from a woman. How dare you?
Like, have a little thing of Visine in your hand and kind of move your glasses up like you're wiping your eyes and then just give it a little tiny squirt. Because good God, bro, that was so fake.
Yeah, she's terrible at this.
Oh, I don't like her at all. Okay, let's move on to this post because this one says Ron DeSantis defends Renee good.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety.
Yeah, because that's what happened to Renee. This is from the 2020 riots where they, blocking people's cars and a few people hit the gas and a couple of those fat retards got run over. And Ron was just explaining that, I understand that the driver's not the problem here. The car wasn't even surrounded. Okay. It wasn't even surrounded, Jack. There was like 4 cops around it. The entire right side of the car is empty. There's nobody over there. And comparing this to what we saw happen there over and over and over again, I can only guess that seriously, these people are retarded. There is something in their brain that is actually broke where they cannot understand the 2 things that from the very macro level, you're way out at Pluto looking at the situation. It kind of looks the same. But if you get any closer, you immediately realize they're not even close. They're not even close. And they're like, no, it's the same thing. Frosted, thank you. The in cold blood thing is pissing me off so much. Bernie said on Twitter she was unarmed. She was in a car. You know what surrounds the building where Bernie works? Bollards. Why is that? Why is that, Bernie? Cars aren't dangerous, right? They couldn't be considered weapons, right? True. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody in Waukesha has a disagreement on that one.
Yeah, cars can absolutely be weapons. We've seen
Yeah.
it over and over again.
Everybody at a Christmas market in Germany probably would disagree with you as well.
There's tons of times that cars have been used as weapons. Well, shit, man. Look at the 2020 riots. Again, when these cars are surrounded and they hit the gas, there wasn't anybody that went, hey, it's okay. It's just a car. It's not a weapon.
Yeah, remember when those two fat bitches got hit on the road by that guy that wasn't supposed to be on the road? Pretty sure they were bitching and moaning about that.
I do hope one day I can hear about that story and not giggle. I'm sorry, her flying up in the air like a video game character was just fuck.
Like the physics engine on the Matrix broke that day, and I could not help but laugh.
That's what you get for protesting in a fucking freeway. They should have been arrested for that the first time they tried it. But instead, they shut down the freeway for these idiots. Whatever. Just to put a bow on this, look, guys, I'm not happy she's dead. I'm really not. I don't think her dying was a good thing, but it was just. And that's important. That's all that matters in the situation, is whether or not it was justified. And it was. And the only way that you can say it's not is if you lie about it. If you do what Crystal did and slow it down to half speed, whatever that would be. Slow it down so that it looks like it's an action movie where he's lining up the shot perfectly to get that final headshot in when he already had killed her. No, it was a justified shooting. And it sucks because now her kids have to grow up without their shitty mother.
Yeah.
And even as bad as I'm sure they still love their mom, even though she's a shitty mom.
Yeah, it's still your mom. You know?
Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks for them. But these people out here pretending that it was just a state execution, get fucked.
They really want this to be the fascist state that they play out in their heads, like it's the wrong Germany. They really want this to be a Soviet communist style dictatorship. I don't know why they want that, but that's what they want it to be because they think they're suffering like that. These are people that don't know what an execution looks like. They don't know what a fascist state looks like. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no life experience. They're just joyless bastards with too much free time.
They're political hacks. I mean, they're useful idiots is the best way to describe them.
They really are. Yeah.
Good little coward. Thank you. Now that I've declared Minnesota is going to war against the feds, I'm gonna go ahead and retire before it starts. Well, remember, he just dropped out of the race. He didn't actually drop out of government yet, which will be funny if he does. Oh, dude. Let's put Phoebe on the screen while we just talk in general. So the stuff going on in Minnesota with the Somalis?
Yeah.
Well, because I live in Michigan and there's so many of them here, some people were like, hey, we should do an audit and see what's happening with our money in the Somalis. And I'm not making this up. Our state government went, we have protections in place, so there's no need to do an audit.
Whoopsie.
That is a real thing. That is what my government has decided. Like, there's no way they could defraud us. Well, then an audit wouldn't hurt anything, would it?
Yes, it would.
You could actually prove just how well the safeguards are working by letting the audit go through.
What? No, we're not doing that.
But why do that when Michigan is busy protecting people who steal money from old folks?
Well, they couldn't kill them all, so now they're just looting their money.
I thought somebody sent me that story. I got to see if I can find it. So there's a woman, I think she was the treasurer for the Democrat Party here in Michigan.
I retweeted something about it, but I didn't. I don't think I had a full article on it.
My just had
a little packed too.
I had the video of the chick being questioned. Was it Fugi who sent that?
Well, probably. He sends lots of cool stuff.
Yes, there it is. There it is. Okay. So let's bring this one up. A lot of stuff here. Michigan Enjoyer. The reporter here, Charlie LeDuff, I think is how you say that. We'll watch his video of it and talk a little bit.
What do you think
if it loads up? All right, so this is the Chickie Poo, who is a friend of both the governor and the AG of Michigan. My state. What was her name? Hang on, let me find her name again. Tracy Cormack. Tracy Cormack. She is the former treasurer of the Michigan Democratic Party. This woman was in charge of their money.
This ranks in terms of skullduggery, pedophiles, puppy abusers, and people who steal old people's money. Tracy Cormack,
I like his use of skullduggery.
Skullduggery,
nice. Yeah.
Former treasurer of the Michigan Democratic Party was hauled into court this week, suspected of embezzling from her ward a brain-damaged old lady. Well,
so this old lady gets in a car wreck and she's actually brain damaged and she becomes a ward of this lady. And this lady, Tracy, spent all of her money. And this reporter who used to work for I think it's one of the Michigan newspapers, he ended up having to leave for trying to push this story.
Wow.
They came after him hard. And Dana Nessel, our AG, looks into it, Jack, for half a second. Is like, there's nothing to see here. My friend didn't do nothing wrong. Well, a special prosecutor had been looking into it and got permission from a judge to look even further, or was asking to look even further. And the lady died.
Oh, damn.
And the day the lady died, somebody used her debit card.
Wow.
Right?
Well, to stick with the theme, that's some real chicanery.
So the judge in charge of all this went, wait a fucking second. I know, shocking that the women who run my state are dirty as fuck.
Well, Big Wretch is corrupt, possibly. It surrounds herself with other scumbags. Oh my gosh, Monkey.
Yeah, Big Wretch and Dana, two horrible fucking women who frankly should be deported to Somalia along with Omar. They were helping their little friend out until this judge learned that this woman's her debit card was used when she died. You know what happened? You know what probably happened though? She probably got a great deal on Amazon, and it was such a good deal it just stopped her heart.
Oh yeah, well maybe she had a subscription service, where she needed new soap.
For fuck's sake, man.
now the old woman is dead, and the probate judge has ordered a full-blown forensic investigation going back a decade.
That's how long this shit's been going on.
That's disgusting. Stealing from a damaged old lady is bad enough, but you've been doing it for a decade. You're fucking evil, man. There's wrong with these people.
And here
Allegedly.
comes the suspect. Ms. Cornack, sounds to me like the judge thinks you embezzled from a brain-damaged old lady. You have any comment on that?
All right, guys. This is what reporting should look like. I love that it's one of Whitmer's little underlings. because it makes me laugh and I hate that whore.
Allegedly.
But this guy is actually he's actually holding truth to power.
Oh, they hate that.
He's actually pushing and going like, hey, how come this bitch who's friends with the AG, that's Attorney General, the kind of person who should look into this stuff, how come she got a free pass on this?
I think you know how.
But those are the kind of, regardless of your party, if you're the press, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be going, hey, we saw this. We noticed that all of these daycare centers only have kids when they know the press is going to be here. That's the kind of shit they should be doing.
Oh, that'd be Islamophobic and racist.
And look, I don't know this guy from Adam. He could be the worst reporter ever, but in this case, he's right. And this is good reporting. This is the kind of shit we need to keep our elected officials honest. Or as honest as we can ever make them, Jack.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to keep them honest.
Can you tell me what happened?
We have no
Stop
comment.
touching me.
Okay, so I'm right here.
Stop
Give us
touching
space
me.
or
Wait,
we'll get
don't you
security.
think? Don't you think you shouldn't have touched the woman's
Don't
money?
you think
He kind of bumps into you because the hallway, there was some shit in the hallway, so they come together. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Fair enough. But his follow-up there, don't you think you should have not touched her money? Oh.
that you shouldn't have just
Did you collude with the attorney?
The attorney, I'm not sure which of the two women was speaking there, but one of them tried to have a comeback, and went, stop. Probably the smartest thing either of these two do with the whole video.
Attorney General to make this case go away. Do you think she should be impeached?
stop touching me.
What happened?
He didn't touch you there. You walked into him.
He
You
was
got
touched. No, his male gaze touched her.
Ah,
Happened to the woman's
Stop
money?
touching me. Stop touching me.
I love this part.
Excellent.
Stop touching me.
So where do you think this ranks?
She's so desperately trying to get away from this guy asking her questions. She's just randomly opening doors and walking in.
That's how you end up in a
courthouse.
bathroom. Yeah, in a courthouse. Oh, geez.
Oh, fuck.
In terms of skullduggery, pedophiles, puppy abusers, and people who steal people's money. The sheriff of Kent County's investigated you and is recommending 20 years in prison for identity theft and embezzlement. Any comment on that? Who was using the old woman's debit card the day after she died? Was that you?
I love it because these are all great questions.
Yeah.
This is all shit she should be being asked. This should be front page news all over Michigan.
We both know that's not going to happen.
We're in an election year, and thankfully that whore can't run again, but one of her little acolytes will. And being that this woman was the treasurer for the state Democratic Party, I'm fairly certain they all know each other. And every one of these politicians should be being asked about their friendship with this lady.
Regret this?
And not just look, you can have friends who do bad stuff and you knew nothing about it, but this isn't something that they knew nothing about. This has been brought up for like over a year. And I was like, we've nothing to see here. Nestle actually came out like, there's nothing to see here. It's time to ask questions about their friendship at that point, Jack.
One would think, but they don't like it when you look too close.
Are you a misogynist? Ma'am?
The reason he asked that is because he was called a misogynist for pointing out all of this shit out when he still worked for the proper newspaper.
Well, he should have said misandrist, but I get what he's going for.
Do you think you can do the time? You think she can do the time? Going down?
Oh, he enjoyed that
Going
moment
down.
way too much, but he kind of earned it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it sounds like he did.
the shit that he went through for pointing out what a dirty bitch she is. Good on him for doing good reporting and for having a little fun with it afterwards. This plays like a skit from The Office. It really does.
Yeah, it's like the cold open they threw away.
But yeah, give that man a Pulitzer. Yeah, unfortunately, I live in Michigan. Like I said, we just decided we don't need to audit any of our federal Somali money. None to see here. None to see. Oh, excuse me. Colin Farrell was a better actor than that. Well, in fairness, all she did was wander around wobbling. Do you think she has an actual limp, or she's just that big that she goes side to side?
Could go either way.
This guy should do red carpet award interviews. Yes, that would be awesome. I'd watch that. Oh my God. Did you see the red carpet for the new Star Trek series?
No.
I only watched
I try not to look at that stuff anymore.
I only watched Disparu's video on it, and oh my dear God. That show is going to be a disaster anyway.
Yeah.
But the kind of people that turned up on the red carpet, bro. Hang on, I got to show you their Klingon. The guy who's playing the Klingon, this is how he showed up on the red carpet. He's a new kind of Klingon, she tells us.
The gay kind?
Apparently.
Are there gay Klingons now? Because that's gonna upset me. I'm not even the biggest Star Trek fan or anything, but that's silly. Okay.
She even tells us, one of the two of them says it, and I forget which one, but tells us that Klingons are a varied people.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a gay Klingon.
They're actually pretty homogenous. To the point they even all wear the same outfit, for fuck's sake.
They have matching bumpy head ridges.
No, there's a lot of diversity in the Klingons.
Yes, sure.
This is not your father's Star Trek, they told us.
Yeah, because they're ruining it.
Yeah, because my father's Star Trek was intelligent. This is not.
Yeah, this is garbage by hack writers and activists.
Yeah, this is set in a universe where like the dilithium crystals all exploded and everybody's it's like Dawson's Creek in space somehow still.
Yeah, they use modern slang and everybody's sarcastic and witty and nothing is serious. Oh man, and there's a female Jem'Hadar for reasons. I hate everything they've done to Star Trek in the last 15, 20 years.
I want to see if I can find that promotional. Oh, there's the promotional picture. Can I get it bigger than that? That's what she said.
You beat me to it.
Sometimes I set myself up.
Oh, Frost corrected us. It's not a Klingon, it's a Twinkon.
It's a Twinkon. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to see it. That's okay. I think we can.
Our race is super.
Thanks for asking. All right.
Go warp speed, daddy. They don't have captains. They just have daddies. Yeah, I saw this picture.
This is how they're promoting Star Trek.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy, where it's okay to try new things.
I apologize. We just made the whole audience 10% gayer by sharing this photo.
10%?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the number's higher than that, buddy.
There's enough masculinity in this audience that it counteracts it.
True.
Can I point out that this is a Star Trek promotional thing and they don't have their captain in it?
Why would they want to? That they've decolonized all that. I'm sure they don't have captains anymore because they're at the academy. So they have like really smart communist professors.
No, they're their teacher, their captain is played by Holly Hunter, who's like really old these days. And there's a clip of her from this show where she's slurring her lines.
Yeah, she's the one that has the glasses still in the 25th century.
Yeah, when glasses are considered outdated in Kirk's time.
Yeah. So what, 70 some years before?
Yeah. No, because isn't it like over, because this is in the 3200s? This is like 800 years later. Did you know that's what they did with this show?
I know that they jumped ahead on Discovery, but I didn't know if this was continuing where that one left off. Or
this is in the same universe in the same time period as Discovery, because they tease some crossover that might eventually happen.
Oh, because I know,
because Discovery was so popular. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I know that Strange New Worlds is set when Discovery was before their time jump.
What the fuck is this? This is the new Star Trek. This is Starfleet Academy. It's streaming on January 15th.
Set your calendars and recorders.
You have the gays and the fats taking over Starfleet.
Sounds right.
One of my favorite parts of this is that they're using the doctor from Discovery, or from not Discovery,
Voyager.
Voyager, thank you. And their excuse for him still being a hologram but looking older is that he aged himself a little bit to not throw people off. It's 800 years later and he aged himself 20 years. To make people more comfortable.
That actor is really good actor. I'll give him credit for that. But I'm sad he needs this work.
Paul Giamatti is in this as the bad guy, and he's got a tic-tac-toe board drawn on his face.
Are you trying to make me mad? Because it's working.
It's fucking funny, man. It's fucking funny. I hate what they've done to Star Trek because I'm a huge classic and TNG fan. I like Deep Space Nine, but for me, I like my captains to be on starships, going around the galaxy and exploring new worlds and new civilizations.
Yeah, that's the fun parts.
Yeah. Let's be honest, DS9 was so boring they had to give him a spaceship to go fly around on, because that's why we watch Star Trek. That's not to say it didn't have some good episodes.
Yeah, well, they're bound to have some good episodes. I'm sure the show was perfectly acceptable. I just didn't watch it because it just didn't draw me in. I didn't really care about the characters that much. Odo was cool, but that was about it. And Jadzia Dax was pretty cool, but I didn't really care beyond that. When they put Worf on there, it started to get kind of soap opera-ish, and I didn't care for that either. But that one was fine. It was pretty well written, but some of the new crap, like Voyager, was dog shit.
It was trash. I tried to watch it. I really did.
Yeah, they had like 2 or 3 decent episodes, but honestly, that show picked up when they put 7 of 9 on there because it was actually an interesting plot. But everything else about the show made no sense. Like that ship should have been patchwork and all beat to shit with barely any of the original crew by the time they got home. Yeah, but they wouldn't kill anyone off.
Where was that one? The Trouble with Gerbils. Stop it.
And let's not forget the sea monkey.
Yeah, I tried. I really did, and it just didn't pull me in. Again, at least with DS9, while I wasn't the biggest fan of it, I could enjoy it.
Yeah.
As somebody said, you're supposed to be out there doing stuff, not hanging out at home, being like we're here. This is where we live. Hang on, I got a donation. Air Doctor, thank you so much for that. Feminist $12. Says Brian Krasenstein just doxed the ICE agent who shot the lady, put his name out there. From what we heard, he did that a while ago, Air Doctor. I don't follow the Krasensteins because they're shitty people.
Yeah. He's been repeating the name over and over again because it gets some engagement and he makes money that way.
Let's see. I haven't looked at the Krasensteins in a while, but you guys keep mentioning them, so
Set phasers to gay.
yes.
Good one, Adebisi.
Oh, I just
Can you take this off the screen? That
nope.
Raging. So
Sorry,
stupid.
I just had to tweet at Brian for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Just 3 little words. You're a cunt, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not untrue.
it's not untrue at all. What, you don't like this?
No, it's like the OC got gayer and stupider with more drama.
Wasn't this actually a Friends promo that they laid like this?
I think so.
I just this is Starfleet Academy. They made a Starfleet Academy game, Jack, and they did pretty well with it, and you got different personalities and stuff in there. There's some stuff you could do there if you really wanted to. But instead, again, they're trying to make this Star Trek Melrose Place.
Yeah.
Okay, nerds, the nerds who wrote this, I understand that you like Star Trek, even though one of the writers calls herself a new fan and says that she actually doesn't like writing hour-long television. She excels at half hour.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yep, that's one of their writers on this. She's got a writing credit for this. Again, all in Disparu's video. This is not you're not the audience for this. That you like it is great, but you trying to change it into what your little fucking freak friends like isn't gonna work.
No, because none of this shit works. Most of the people they're trying to target don't watch this crap. There's a handful of tourists that are latching on because it gives them some sort of social acceptance that they can all collectively be stupid around. But they're just alienating original fans, like generations of original fans. And it's pathetic, it's sad, and I bet all of these people smell.
Again, one of the things that has been said about this is it's not your father's Star Trek. You guys should probably go back to trying to make My Father's Star Trek because people liked it.
Yeah.
They liked it so much that when it got canceled, there was a letter writing campaign to get it another season. And I just don't see that happening for your shitty little whatever the fuck that is supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one more thing they're ruining.
Thank you, Gigi Evan. For God's sake, woman, I'm a doctor, not an F slur. Yes.
Well, now I have seen rumors that they are going to. They do this thing where they list off honorariums of former Starfleet graduates, and they mentioned Wesley Crusher, and there's rumor that he's going to appear on the show.
Okay. We need a cameo from Wesley Crusher, said no one ever.
Well, I mean, these people already hate the original fan base. What better way to twist the knife than that? Because remember what Dungeons and Dragons did to shit on their original fans was they created this bitter, angry, sad clown called Thaco, and he was the butt of many jokes in the adventure. So I don't doubt these clowns will do the same thing.
Isn't he not in the same timeline of the show, though? Well, I mean, they did that with Scotty. They brought him into the next generation. There's ways they can do it.
Yeah, they'll do a time travel episode or some bullshit like that. Scotty was on Next Generation. Dr. McCoy was on Next Generation.
Spock was.
Spock, yeah. Even Kirk in one of the movies. So
Kirk shows up in Generations. Yeah. Is there any of the original cast? Uhura is the only one who never showed up.
It's probably a good idea on her part.
Because she's black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to laugh at that. Go check out Disparu's video. I'll put the link into chat here. if you're interested in Star Trek, if you like Trek, watch this and get sad with me.
I'll have to
Although-
watch that later. It's annoying.
I do look forward to him watching it. I like his show watch-alongs. I would never watch this show otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this just looks horrible.
Apparently Nicholas DiOrio put out a hit video on Jeremy Hambly the other day.
Oh, did he?
It's like 2 hours long.
Bro.
And, I got that in my queue to watch on my TV.
I'm gonna. Oh shit! It started playing when I wasn't meaning it to. I have to look that up because anything that shits on Jeremy's funny to me.
I know, right? I don't even really know who Nicholas DiOrio is. I've heard the name, but I don't think I've ever watched any of his videos. But a 2-hour hit piece on Jeremy, that's
a hit
some funny
piece?
drama.
Is it a hit piece or is it a real take on him?
I don't know, but I'm gonna laugh either way.
I don't know how to spell Nick's name. Nick DiOrio.
I'll find you the video.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I just went to Nick's chat. Oh, is he live right now?
I don't know.
I don't see one. Oh, 4 days ago. There it is.
Yeah.
It's called "The Quartering is a Sad, Pathetic Loser, Worse Than You Know."
Yeah. Could you throw the link in chat? A couple people
Absolutely
interested.
Let's see. There it is for the YouTube audience, and here it is for our Rumble audience. There you go, guys.
DiOrio is okay, but he's such a bitch and hypocrite. Yeah, probably.
Oh, he's part of the drama YouTube crowd, Jack. Not so much anymore, but he was big into it there for a while. Now he's more of just a commentator. He does streams and talks about stuff. I haven't seen him do like a proper video in a while. Most of his videos I've seen are just him talking while he streams.
He blocked me for being an Ethan Ralph A-log. Well, Fugi, I get it. But yeah, like if you're shitting on Jeremy, I'm gonna laugh along.
Wait, Fugi, you got blocked by Nick? What did you say? You'll have to tell me in private.
It was probably funny.
It probably was because it's Fugi.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap up there, ladies and gentlemen. I have to try to get some sleep tonight, which I haven't done in a few days.
What?
I've slept, just not at night. But we're going out tomorrow to do our weekly shopping because it's supposed to be really nasty on Saturday, so we're gonna knock it out tomorrow afternoon. And in order for me to do that, I have to be awake.
Yeah. Well, generally.
Frank, thank you so much. There's a girl I occasionally watch react to movies. The other day, she uploaded Jurassic Park. ABS made a comment that 80s and 90s movies had better writing and pacing. She's military, but I think lefty, even she sees it, just not why. Fair enough. Yeah. It is amazing watching. It's one of the reasons I like the reaction channels is seeing them respond to these movies, and many of them will make comments like, why was stuff so good back then? Because the writing was better.
Talent. Yeah, they didn't hire activists, they hired writers.
Take a movie like Iron Eagle, which is objectively a stupid movie. But the story makes sense within the universe that it's happening in, and the moments are earned.
Yeah. Speaking of Louis Gossett Jr., same with The Last Starfighter.
Yes.
Look, just because the budget's a little lower and the effects look dated doesn't mean it's not a good story and it's not going to be entertaining. Back then, they understood that even the B movies, they had a beginning, middle, and end the majority of the time. It was all about trying to tell you a story and entertain you. And now it's about the message and lecturing. And that's not fun. Nobody wants that shit.
Even a movie like Rocky, which has clear pro-America propaganda in it, Rocky 4, is still a good, well-told story.
Yeah. Red Dawn, total propaganda piece, but it's fun.
All right. Got to suspend some disbelief, though. Yeah, and that's the difference here, Faithless. two main problems I see with Hollywood today when it comes to the writing. The unearned moments, there are so many of those.
Yeah.
Like everything that happens to Rey in the Star Wars series, all unearned.
My God, yeah.
And the other is the suspension of disbelief. I mean, they even make a joke in it in pitch meeting one time. I forget what movie he was doing, but he's like, the suspension of disbelief will work for this. And there is a point where the suspension of disbelief, like I brought up Iron Eagle. You have to suspend your disbelief to believe that they can steal 2 fighter jets from the Air Force.
Yeah.
But they give you just enough plausible story, like the one admiral, or what is it? It's the Air Force. So colonel, his daughter helps get some stuff. So you just have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. If that was written today, the F-16 would be parked in the garage and they just grab it and run off.
Yeah, they'd be like, we got it on the black market 8 years ago. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a point where the suspension of disbelief just breaks and it doesn't work anymore. And that's what a lot of Hollywood writing is these days.
Yeah. I think large part of it is people used to do research on like how like the military work, or at least the basic structure. They don't do any of that now. They just guess.
Yeah.
Because they all think they know everything. Or they read like a Wikipedia article and that's as deep as it gets. So they just make shit up and you're like, that's not even remotely believable.
Louis Gossett Jr. played the alien in Enemy Mine. Yes, he did. Louis Gossett Jr. is one of my favorite actors. He was in my favorite movie ever, An Officer and a Gentleman. Won a well-deserved Academy Award for that one. But my favorite movie he's in, because he's in An Officer and a Gentleman, but my favorite fun movie that's because of him is actually Diggstown with James Woods.
Yeah. Well, James Woods is an awesome actor.
He plays a pivotal role in An Officer and a Gentleman, but it's really about Richard Gere's character.
That is gerbils.
Yeah, where in Diggstown, I mean that especially the end of, if you've never seen Diggstown, go watch it. It's funny as hell. Oliver Platt, James Woods, and Louis Gossett Jr. It's fucking amazing. On that note, we're wrapping up, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations, the tips, as we call them now. You guys are amazing, and we can't ever thank you enough for it. Jack, anything you want to show?
I dropped a link to a newer video. Real quick, though. Thank you, Frosted Glass. There's a YouTube channel I watch called Behavioral Panel, where interrogation and body language experts evaluate interrogation videos. They covered the Somali "Our records were stolen" video. One said he's never seen so many signs of deception. Link in DMs. Oh, thanks, dude. I'll totally watch that. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the tips and all the support you give us. It's great to see you guys out here. We appreciate you coming out and watching the show.
Sorry, I had to cough. Guys, no long outro. Take care of yourselves. We love you. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
We'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Jingle bell. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Jingle Bet lost his head. Oh, that's all right.
Brian Krasenstein is a bitch, and I hate him, and I hope bad things happen to him.